Prince Harry, who has returned to the UK to attend the Well Child Awards in London. Today he's been to Windsor Castle, where he laid a wreath and privately paid respect to the late Queen, who passed 3 years ago to this day. Well, should King Charles grant Prince Harry, the prodigal prince, a royal audience? Let's get the views of the leading royal commentator and author, Lady Colin Campbell. Lady Colin Campbell, do you think the King should meet Harry?
Absolutely not. I think it would be a fatal error to meet Harry. There's no reason why he should. It's not going to work in his favour. It's not going to work in favour of Prince William. I think it would be a gross error because anything that happened in the meeting could be twisted, unless, of course, there would be a witness, as there was at the last meeting, the 12-minute meeting at Clarence House, when the Queen, the present Queen, Camilla, made sure that she was in the room the whole time. No, there's no advantage to meeting with Harry. Harry and Meghan are actually playing a very nasty game at the moment. They are trying to be as divisive as possible in terms of damaging not only the King's reputation, but William's reputation, the relationship between William and the King, and just generally casting the royal family into a no-win situation, which I actually do not think is Harry's orchestration. I don't think he has the brains to do this. I think it's Meghan who has come up with this no-win situation. And Meghan is very good at creating no-win situations for people. And I really don't see how the King could possibly win by having a meeting with Harry, save to palliate the mainstream media, who want to keep the whole drama going for as long as possible because it provides them with content.
Of course it does. And can I ask you, Lady Colin Campbell, do you think, you've got your ear to the ground, do you think a meeting between the two men will happen this week?
I don't like predicting, so I want to be very careful.
Could it happen without us knowing?
No. It's not possible. Won't happen without us knowing. And the King won't take Harry's phone calls or communicate with Harry in any way, shape and form. And let's remember that all of the threats that Harry and Meghan have issued against the King and against the Prince and Princess of Wales and Camilla, they still hang over their heads. None of this has been resolved. I think it would be a fatal error for the King to meet Harry. And the last time, he had no intention of meeting Harry. The only way that Harry was able to come over was that once he was in the air, he actually got in touch with the King's office and said, I am on a plane, I'm coming over. And so the King was obliged, really, to receive him, and in fact had to postpone his departure from Clarence House to Sandringham so that he could receive Harry. So the last time he was bounced into receiving Harry. I don't see that there is any justifiable reason and good sense in him meeting Harry.
We know, Lady Colin Campbell, sadly, that the King is battling cancer. He's in his 70s now, and therefore, at a certain point, and let's hope it's a long time from now, he will pass. Is it possible that Harry may not see his father again?
Oh, I think if the end were nearer than it is, and I don't think it's particularly near, let's put it that way. I think if the end were nearer than it is at the moment, there might be a rethink, a sort of deathbed reconciliation. But at the moment, no, Harry's too dangerous and Meghan is too dangerous. And I mean, the only way that any meeting will proceed is if it is in such a tightly sewn up way that Harry would not be able to misuse it. Meghan wouldn't be able to misuse it. And the King would therefore feel, well, he's getting the press off his back. Because, I mean, let's remember, the king is the one who has been injured by Harry. Harry has injured the king. The king hasn't injured Harry. And when the press go on about, oh, it's time to forgive Harry, nowhere in the prodigal son tale is there that the prodigal son was unrepentant. The prodigal son was repentant and said that he would come back as the least of his father's servants, and he would do whatever he wanted to make good. And so when the press comes up with, oh, you know, it's time to forgive Harry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time to forgive Harry because they want to have more news stories to rabbit on about.
I think you're probably right. I might be guilty of that myself on YouTube, the Mark Dolan Show. But Lady Colin Campbell, how can people see your excellent commentary online? Where do they go to?
Oh, I have a YouTube channel called Lady Colin Campbell.
There you go. And it's well worth a watch. Lady Colin Campbell, really nice to see you again. We'll catch up soon.